This is how a beloved Nickelodeon child star went from making us laugh in the mid-2000s to living on the streets of Riverside, California, and why everyone who's tried to help him keeps hitting the same heartbreaking wall. Anyone who grew up watching Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide probably remembers Martin Corley, that super talkative and super smart kid who wouldn't stop rambling to the point where other students would leave cardboard cutouts of themselves just to escape his conversations. Tylor Chase played that character. In September 2025, a viral TikTok showed him homeless, disheveled, and almost unrecognizable. What happened to him? And more importantly, why can't anyone seem to save him? Before we go further, let me give you a quick refresher on who Tylor Chase is. Tylor Chase appeared in 33 episodes of Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide across all 3 seasons, from September 2004 to June 2007. The show started when he was around 14 or 15 years old. His character, Martin Corley, became a fan favorite, that chatty genius kid who also ran a secret side hustle as Le Forger, forging excuse notes for other students. After the show wrapped, Tylor landed a handful of small roles, including an episode of Everybody Hates Chris, a short film, a James Franco movie called Good Time Max, and a voice role in the video game L.A. Noire back in 2011. And that's when everything stopped. 14 years passed without a single acting credit. Georgia became his new home when he moved in with his father, and he started posting poetry to YouTube, eventually self-publishing 2 fantasy novels in 2020 before largely disappearing from public view. That changed when those TikTok videos started surfacing. The first video that blew up came from a TikTok user called @RiceCrackersPop back in September 2025.
Did you play on Disney Channel?
Nickelodeon.
Oh, Nickelodeon. What show is it again?
Ned's Declassified School Survival.
Oh, yeah.
What viewers saw in that video hit hard. Tylor wore a tattered Raiders polo shirt and torn jeans so loose he had to hold them up. Comments flooded in with people saying things like, "This actually breaks my heart." But some people raised a valid point, asking why anyone would record him unless they were actually trying to get him help. A few days later, another TikTok who goes by @Lethalali, she and another creator gave him new shoes, fresh clothes, and washed his hair before Wilson launched a GoFundMe that brought in around $1,200. And that's when things took a turn. Tylor's mother reached out to Wilson directly with a message that was absolutely heartbreaking. Her exact words from screenshots were, "Tylor needs medical attention, not money. But he refuses it. I have gotten him several phones, but he loses them within a day or 2. He can't manage money or his meds by himself." The GoFundMe shut down at the mother's request. More videos kept surfacing over the following weeks. One showed Tylor in a white t-shirt with dyed hair ends, looking up at the sky and calling it beautiful, a quiet and almost peaceful moment that landed differently knowing his circumstances. December 2025 brought another video that resurfaced showing someone offering Tylor cash. And what happened next absolutely gutted viewers. Tylor tried to give the man his own watch in exchange because he didn't want charity, he wanted it to be a trade. After these videos went viral, people started mobilizing to help, and that included Tylor's former co-stars. September 24th, 2025 brought a response from Devin Werkheiser, Daniel Curtis Lee, and Lindsay Shaw on their podcast called Ned's Declassified Podcast Survival Guide. Daniel Curtis Lee, who played Cookie on the show, got honest about his reaction and admitted, "When I first saw it, I was angry because I was like, why put a camera in someone's face when they are on hard times? But then I was upset with myself because I feel powerless because I feel like there's not much I can do." Late December brought an escalation when Shaun Weiss stepped in. The actor who played Goldberg in The Mighty Ducks overcame his own addiction and homelessness, and he posted on Instagram offering to help Tylor. His message explained that he'd secured a bed at a detox facility in San Clemente, California with up to 1 year of housing through a sober living program, ending with, "All we need to do now is find him." Devin Werkheiser told TMZ the situation was heartbreaking and added, "Anyone who has dealt with severe addiction and deep mental health issues knows it's an unbelievably challenging situation if they don't want help." An influencer named Jake Harris actually went out to Riverside, tracked Tylor down, sat with him for about an hour, and connected him via phone with his father and multiple former co-stars. But here's the thing. When it came time to go to treatment, Tylor refused. Daniel Curtis Lee drove 50 miles from Los Angeles to Riverside to meet Tylor face-to-face, took him to Blaze Pizza for a meal, set up a FaceTime call with Devin Werkheiser, and helped Tylor call his father. A rainstorm was approaching, which meant Lee paid for a motel room to get Tylor off the streets. The two shared an emotional hug before parting, and Tylor told him, "Love you, dude. Thank you. I'm so happy to see you." What nobody expected came within hours when motel staff contacted Daniel Curtis Lee with devastating news. Staff described the room as severely damaged. Lee's takeaway was that good intentions aren't enough. This is where the situation gets even more complicated. Tylor's father, Joseph Mendez Jr., has been open about what's really happening, explaining that Tylor received diagnoses of bipolar disorder and schizophrenia back in 2015. According to him, the family spent over a decade seeking treatment options. About 4 years ago, Tylor received treatment in Georgia and showed progress for a time, but then chose to discontinue medication and resume substance use. His father put it this way: "He's a wonderful person when he's Tylor. Tylor is deeply loved by his family and friends who remain hopeful and are praying that he will accept the help being offered." Officers from Riverside Police say they interact with Tylor at least once a week and consistently offer resources including shelter, substance abuse treatment, and mental health services. Every single offer has been refused. 12 criminal cases have piled up since August 2023, mostly minor shoplifting and being under the influence, but officers describe him as always cordial and cooperative. The hardest truth in all of this is that adults have a legal right to refuse treatment, and you can't force someone into rehab unless they meet very strict criteria for involuntary commitment. Daniel Curtis Lee actually posted a TikTok where he considered pursuing a $5,150, which is California's 72-hour psychiatric hold. And his words were, "We have to do something before it's too late for Tylor. I want to be clear about something here. Tylor Chase's situation isn't directly connected to the scandals that have rocked Nickelodeon in recent years, because Ned's declassified school survival guide came from creator Scott Fellows, not Dan Schneider. And the cast has stated publicly that their set was not like the toxic environments we've heard about elsewhere. But here's the thing: you can't talk about former Nickelodeon child stars struggling as adults without acknowledging the pattern that keeps showing up. If you haven't seen it, there's a documentary called Quiet on Set that came out in 2024 and exposed some deeply disturbing things about what went on behind the scenes at Nickelodeon, particularly on Dan Schneider's shows. The documentary detailed allegations of inappropriate behavior, toxic work environments, and a system that prioritized ratings over the well-being of children. The fallout from that era keeps showing up in headlines even now. Amanda Bynes worked extensively with Schneider and ended up under a conservatorship for 9 years after struggling with bipolar disorder and substance abuse. Jeanette McCurdy wrote a memoir called I'm Glad My Mom Died, where she detailed eating disorders and alleged pressure to drink alcohol on Nickelodeon sets. Aaron Carter struggled publicly with addiction and mental health before his death in November 2022. Even Ariana Grande, who has had one of the most successful post-Nickelodeon careers imaginable, admitted in 2024 that looking back on some of her old clips makes her think, "Damn, really?" She recommended mandatory therapy for young performers and stated that parents should be allowed to be wherever they want on set. None of this means Tylor Chase's struggles are Nickelodeon's fault specifically, but the pattern of child actors from that network and from Hollywood more broadly ending up in crisis as adults is undeniable. We take children, put them in the spotlight, extract their talent and their youth for our entertainment, and then what? Where's the aftercare? Where's the mental health support? Where's the transition planning when the fame dries up and the checks stop coming? For Tylor Chase, the answer appears to be that there wasn't any. One more thing needs addressing here, and that's the ethics of how this story even came to light in the first place. Daniel Curtis Lee's first reaction to the viral videos was anger, and he put it bluntly: why put a camera in someone's face when they're on hard times? Outreach workers have pointed out that filming homeless people for social media can actually put them at risk. And there's a real debate about whether giving cash helps or hurts in these situations. Tylor's own mother stated clearly that money wouldn't help because he can't manage it. The uncomfortable question remains, though. Without those videos, would anyone have known? Would the co-stars have mobilized? Would Shaun Weiss have offered a rehab bed? Clean answers don't exist here. And the truth is uncomfortable because sometimes exploitation and awareness look exactly the same. December 26, 2025 finds Tylor Chase still homeless on the streets of Riverside, California. A local pizza place has offered him free pizzas until the end of the year. Shaun Weiss's team continues holding a rehab bed for him. And Daniel Curtis Lee is exploring a trust fund that would only release money after Tylor completes a program. His co-stars are watching. His family is watching. Strangers across the internet are watching. Everyone is waiting for Tylor Chase to accept help, and that might be the most heartbreaking part of all. Sometimes you can do everything right and it still isn't enough because you cannot save someone who doesn't want to be saved. But you can keep the door open and hope that one day they walk through it. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.